Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've looked the devil square in his face, been a brother, a rebel, been scared, been brave. I do all I can to try and get home, but I can't make a promise on what I don't know.
Episode 2 from the couch. Oh, wait a minute. Is that what we decided? We don't know.
Well, yesterday we just felt like couch potatoes because we were exhausted by the end of the day.
That's right. Yeah. The whole week has been pretty rough, to be honest with you. But so anyway, here we are. We're a day late. This is Monday morning, and it's we're just trying to get it done, like Brenda just said yesterday, but it just didn't happen. Been a busy week, but we want to give you a quick update and make this as informative as we can for anybody that didn't get to watch all the new videos that we've been putting out, to get update of how our week went. And I think we want to start with the pantry update and see how we're doing with that. It's always nice. We pulled out some food this week from the pantry, some beans and whatnot, and
Yeah.
string beans.
Yeah. Some stuff that I had canned
Yeah.
a year ago.
Right. A year ago. That seems even longer than that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Somewhat.
In the fall of the previous year.
Again, still having stuff from the garden.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, having the pantry has been very helpful. And I did manage to get out there a couple afternoons before we started with the excavator stuff to do some organizing and unpacking in there. So it felt good to do that, just so I know where everything is in there and make it easier for me to grab things when I go out there to get something, especially when it's really cold. You don't want to be fiddling around looking for stuff. But other than that, yeah, we've definitely had a busy week.
So as far as the pantry goes, so all the stuff out there is just the dry stuff. There's no liquid stuff out there.
No.
Right. And so you took everything out. I saw the video, and you had all the jars taken out of the boxes and whatnot. And I mentioned to you the only thing that we're going to have to be attentive to is that when it comes time to move those containers, hopefully we'll have to relocate those.
Yeah, I think eventually we are going to be making some cement pads for the containers and moving the containers onto those pads.
So eventually we have to move the containers, which means everything that's in there is going to be shuffled around a little bit, but we'll have to make sure to watch for that. But
yeah, I think I'm just going to put all my glass jars on the floor, basically.
And kind of protect them. But anyway, and then we have those boxes with the sleeves too. You can also put those in, right? No?
Yeah.
The ones that came with the canning jar.
Yeah, I already have been using those.
Yeah. That's nice. So other than that, it's been nice to have the pantry that you started working on years ago, because we're still drawing on that resource and adding to it all the time, and continue to do pantry videos as we can. So at any rate, so the next topic of discussion is our Starlink. We finally, I think, got that situation settled.
Hopefully.
It's been, hopefully. Well, this will be the test this week, because we are going to be experiencing some sub-zero temperatures, which we're going to talk about in a bit here. But that was the issue we seem to be having with the old one. I'm not a technician, so I'm just a troubleshooter. But we got the old one boxed up. We got the new one after being a little bit of issue getting shipped to our old address, and we had to pay somebody else to deliver it to us. But we got it finally, and we got it set up. I think we did a video on that too, didn't we? I know we get some footage of it, but I think we did a video of it.
Yeah, I don't know if it got into a video. I know we did film it.
Yeah, so who knows? Maybe we'll have a video of that, us putting that up. But I did get it mounted on a pole. It's up off the ground, and it's been working great. I would say great for the most part. It's been working pretty well. We haven't had any issues as far as cutting out with the cold. That's the issue we were having before. So it's nice to have that working, and the cold has been the issue, as you just said. The cold has been this. January is typically the worst month in Maine, anyway, in winter here, and so
as far as temperatures, yes. Yeah.
So we have been experiencing some cold temperatures, and if it gets too cold, the generator has a problem running. I've been having problems with the generator. It's got about 300 and probably close to 40 or 50 hours on it by now. I just discovered that on the display up front. There's an actual hour meter on there, and it tells me the voltage output and whatnot. So It's been giving us problems when it got cold. I also had a problem with one of the battery terminals breaking off. That was probably my fault due to the fact that I had jumper cables bolted to it and it wasn't in the case secure. But in general, it was working pretty well when the temperatures moderated this week to around 30 plus.
Yeah.
It would start first, second try. So if I had to get up in the middle of the night, which I usually do, except for one night this week where it didn't get too cold, so I was able to. The Blue Eddy stayed going all the time. But that was the other concern, or the other issue we're having, is the Blue Eddy itself is every time the generator, this is something new that just started happening recently, is every time the generator shuts off after it's to 100% and I shut it off remotely, everything would get rebooted in the RV, meaning the Starlink would get rebooted. Everything just shuts down and reboots instantly. So that causes issues with the heater and whatnot. Not major, but it's just an annoyance, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
But it didn't always do that, and it started doing that. So what I started to do was go outside and unplug it before I turned it off, thinking, well, if I unplug it, thinking maybe there's something coming from the generator, the inverter end of it, that is the Blue Eddy doesn't like or whatever, and just reboots instantly. And that worked, seemed to be resolve the issue. However, I noticed this past week, even doing that now, when I go and unplug it from the generator while it's running, before I shut it off, the Blue Eddy reboots. So I'm not sure what's causing that. It's kind of been a disappointment and an issue, and the combination of the two have just not worked out as well as I think I would.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought we only run the generator a couple times a day, and as it warms up, we'll run it less. The sun, like right now, I haven't checked what we're drawing for power, but we got nice sunny days you can see behind us. So we're really
that'll be helpful today.
We're relying on the sun more and more, and it's working out, because if we not only gaining charge for the battery, for the Blue Eddies battery, is we're also getting heat through the windows and sun, so that the furnace runs less and everything just improves. It's 16 degrees right now with a little bit of a light wind, 5 miles an hour. So, and again, the diesel heater is running in these cold temperatures pretty much like, it's not running right now, but it'll run 12 hours straight through the night, and the furnace just kicked on.
Yeah.
And we didn't mic up, so we'll have to speak up over the furnace. So,
yeah.
But at any rate, so yeah, that's all been working pretty well, except, and we're not using a lot of power. You know, when everything's working at max, probably in the 300 to 400 watts, and then once the furnace kicks off and whatnot, it goes back down to 100, whatever, the stuff that has to run like the Starlink. So, other than that. That disappointment of the combination. I did go out and do a tune-up on the generator. I pulled the plug out. It looked like it was running good. I checked the air filters, nothing. It's been I've never had gas in it or nothing, so everything.
You didn't really find much with it.
No, everything looked pretty good, so I just didn't think much of it. But that need to rely on the generator to back up our Blue Eddy made us make a decision that we wish we didn't have to make, but we kind of feel better about making it now.
Yeah, we really didn't want to spend more money, but we're realizing that the generator we have now is really could give out on us.
Yeah.
And of course, it's probably going to happen in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And we really need a generator right now until we get our solar system complete.
Right. So that led us to a search for another generator around the same price range, around the same wattage range, which the Harbor Freight Predator we have, and I'm not dissing it. It's performed well. Like I said, it doesn't have a lot of hours on it, but it when the temperatures get cold, it just doesn't like to start. Let's put it that way. Other than that, it seems to perform okay, other than the issue with it's cutting out the Blue Eddy, which could be a Blue Eddy issue, so can't blame that on Harbor Freight. So our search led us to another generator that we will be able to plug the RV in. It's got a 30 amp RV plug in the front, and it's also got a plug for regular 110, 120 I should say, so we can plug the Blue Eddy in and charge that also. It is a dual fuel, and it also has an app and some other really nice features that I like about it, that I want to discuss more once we get it. It hasn't even been shipped yet. We just ordered it last Friday.
Yeah.
So
Only 2 or 3 days ago, so
right.
can't wait for it to get here.
I checked the status of it last night. It still hadn't shipped, but hopefully with the holiday today, it'll ship in the next couple days. So we'll get that. This is going to be the roughest week for us, probably. I say the roughest week in terms of temperatures and whatnot. But looking forward, we're at the end of January, and being the optimistic person that I am, I'm looking ahead and seeing more moderating temperatures in the 30s for February. Obviously, it starts to get warmer. And that's just going to make the life easier all the way around. Like today, we have to get water out of the well. It's 16, 17 degrees. It's going to be cold. A little bit of a struggle, but you know, we'll deal with it. We've done that before, so it's not going to be hopefully a big problem today. But you know, stuff like that makes a big difference when the temperature drops or changes or moderates within a few degrees. So the cold also has had problems with, we've been doing videos on our icing issues. We've had ice buildup in the yard here. We have water that is coming down from the hillside, and there is water flowing underneath, a small amount. However, the majority of it is just coming down and piling up on top of the ice that's already here. So over the course of the last month or so, we've probably gained almost a foot of ice in some areas, where now it's starting to creep into where we've got stuff. We've done videos on stuff that's getting iced in, the camper steps, for example, and other the container and whatnot.
Yeah, it's pretty much level to where the camper is now. So yeah, we're definitely concerned, especially if we get rain or more melting. We could be in a lot more trouble. Yeah,
and that's really, we were having some serious discussions about that at the beginning of this previous week, where I just saw the ice almost visually rising by the day, and we were just getting to the point where if we have one good rain downpour, we're going to have a problem. And it's not a problem where the point that we're going to have to abandon ship or anything. Abandon RV, but it just would, if there's another way to address the problem, which when we bought the property, we knew the issues that we were inheriting with the property, and we were fully prepared to address them. We just ran out of time. We were hoping the weather would be a little bit more moderate through December and January than it has, because we were here a year ago this month, at the beginning of the month. We came to see the property before we purchased it, and there was no snow here. It was ice and it was cold, but there was still no snow, and so you never know what you're going to get here, and unfortunately we just ran out of time. So we made the decision to rent the equipment. We needed to start doing the work that we had planned to do in the spring and hope to hold off on doing, obviously because the ground is frozen and we don't want to be wasting time trying to break through frost to get to what we need to do. But it was a problem serious enough where even though we don't really want to spend the money, it comes out to $500 a day plus fuel, and we rented it for a week, so we want to make the use of that time and do what we can. And we made the decision to rent it on Tuesday, and we called the company. The quickest they could get it to us was on Thursday morning, which they were here Thursday morning, dropping it off. Same company that we rented from before. This is, I think, the 4th piece of equipment. So we've done business with them before, and I've explained we don't have a salesman per se. I can't call the company and say, let me speak to Joe and he's my salesman. I just a house account. We're a small account, private individuals, residential, that just rent equipment occasionally. So that's understandable, but they did get the equipment to us Thursday morning, which the delivery guys rock. And I got in the excavator probably around 10 or 11 and started digging, got about 3 hours in, and I noticed I was missing one of the teeth on the bucket. There's 4 or 5 teeth, and one of them had fallen off. So I immediately looked for it. I was lucky I found the tooth, but I couldn't find the pin that holds it on. So at that point I stopped and called the company that I rented the equipment from. They put me in contact with the head office, which is downstate. I spoke to the service rep there, or the repair rep, whoever it is, and they advised me not to use the equipment the way it is without the tooth on. They don't want the shank on the bucket to get ruined, which I understand, but I was only scraping ice at that point and didn't really have plans to do anything more. But I figured, well, it sounds like he said, I'll have somebody from the office where you rented the equipment get a hold of you, and they'll work something out to get you the parts you need so you can keep going. It sounded fine to me. Hung up the phone. That was Thursday. And knowing that we were going into the weekend, they were closed Saturday and Sunday, I reached out to the company on Thursday afternoon and said, I spoke to the service person up there, and they said, yeah, we got a call from so-and-so that told us what your situation is. I said, well, if I can, I'm like 45 minutes away from where their office is, so I offered to meet them halfway to deliver it. We're talking probably a $10, $15 part pin. It's just a steel rod, basically, it holds a tooth on. There's nothing much to it.
Yeah.
I looked it up online, and I couldn't try to find something local, but at any rate, didn't really hear. He said, yeah, no problem, we'll work something out. Didn't hear anything back from him on Friday. And so I didn't want to really, lost a really good day of work on Friday. The weather temperatures were really moderate.
Yes.
And so I was really getting frustrated and not hearing back from the company. So I figured I would see if I can't find a resolution, which I did. If you've been following the videos this week, I've been putting out a ton of videos. And that allowed us to keep moving. And so we were able to get back to work Sunday and actually Saturday,
yeah. And you did reach out to them again on Friday, but we just got the service guy's voicemail, and he never called us back.
Yeah, I did leave a message.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure what the issue is. Like I said, we're just small residential. I don't know, but I guess my only thing is, a call back saying, hey, look, we're not going to be able to get there. If you happen to have a bolt or something you can put in there, I'm sure it'll be fine. Keep an eye on it. Try not to lose, which is exactly what I did. I ended up putting a bolt in there and initially just started scraping ice, and it was holding on fine. So it started getting into the dirt, worked fine. Bottom line is it ended up working great through the whole time. I wish I had done this as soon as the thing came off. If I had known I'm not a heavy equipment operator, and I can't afford to fix things I can't buy myself. So I wanted to have faith that they were going to come through. And this isn't about dissing on them. They busy or whatever it is. I don't know what the case is. I'm curious. We'll hear back from them today. I don't know, this week. Doesn't matter. I can keep moving at this point. So as long as we can recoup maybe a day and a half or 2 days that we lost, that would be nice. But other than that, we've made good progress. I will do some more video today. We're going to go out and do some snow removal. We got about 3 inches of snow last night, so I got to hook the blade up to the Mahindra, and we'll get a little bit cleared out. But I was out this morning. I didn't do the walk this morning. I usually do a regular walk video. Well, I don't usually do. I just started, and I'll get into that in a minute. But I didn't do one this morning because we have to do the snow removal, and we wanted to do this video for you folks. But I did get out there and look around. The ditch we dug, if you look at the video from yesterday, is working so far. We still have the equipment, even though the temperatures are going to be frigid for the next day or two. These are going to be hopefully the last 2 coldest days of the year for us.
Yeah.
I'm staying optimistic about it. But and so if we get this equipment for the rest of the week, we're going to make best use of it we can. If I can get in there and do some more trenching so that when it does start melting, it melts away from us. I think that's possible. I'm actually enjoying it. I like getting in there and doing this kind of work. I'm having fun with it. And there's a kind of funny story behind that. Just I like doing it. So, I like making ditches for water to run. What can I say?
Yeah.
So anyway, we have a bunch of new videos that we put out.
A lot.
This last week we've been doing almost 3, 4, 5 a day some days, and it's been fun. I've been getting out for morning walks with Ellie, and kind of giving updates when I can about what's been going on. Not sure I can do that every day, but like today I wasn't able to, but I'd like to try to make it a regular routine. It'd be nice. I'm a morning person. I like getting up, get going, and it's only a nice short walk and gets Ellie out, and after being in all night, she can get out and stretch her legs a little bit. So maybe as the weather continues to warm up and stuff, I'll get out as much as we can. And then we've got the evening walk that we turned into Ellie's walk, because that's really what it started out as, is Ellie's walk.
Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it was, when we first got here, we were so busy every day that we just didn't have a lot of time for Ellie. She was free to roam around, but she just ended up laying down. She was kind of not sure about things, I guess, initially or whatever. But since then, she's relaxed quite a bit, and we started this walk at the end of the day for her benefit. It ended up being for our benefit also, and we really enjoy it. And so we'll continue doing little videos. The whole point on those is just, there's no real discussion there. It's more about Ellie, and the music that we're playing is just music that's, we're allowed to play. It's material that we have permission to use, basically.
Yes.
So we're just putting the artists' names in the video and enjoying the music. Hopefully you enjoy the walk and the music and the scenery.
Yeah.
And we appreciate everybody that's watching, and everybody that comments, likes, shares, subscribes. It's really helping our channel a lot. Like I said, we're trying to make a big effort to put out more and more videos, and we have a lot that's going to be coming up and going on as time goes on. We're just trying to make it through the winter right now.
Yeah, we're just, it's all about survival right now.
Yeah.
And once spring hits, we're going to be very, very busy.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to do. And so, at any rate, anything else from the couch?
Please like and share this video. It really helps our channel and helps YouTube put that
algorithm out there.
Yeah.
Makes it, whatever.
And if you haven't subscribed, we'd love it if you did that.
For sure.
And we will see you next time.
Take care. Y'all have a good week and watch our videos. We'll see you next weekend.
Bye.
Take care.
I'll keep praying to heaven and fighting like hell.